Okay, hello again. So we're back. We're back in part two. Part one cut off just as I was explaining to you that I was running out of time. So I'm picking up where we left off in the first video. What you're seeing here on the screen is a little snip from our online school in the content area. The content area of our course is where we find all of our lessons. Now, if you are a synchronous student, which almost everybody is a synchronous student, that means you come to class every day and you participate in our lessons in our live class sessions. We sort of use the online content. Most of the time, the content I use in our live classes is created by me, and I will upload a PowerPoint presentation of what we did in class that day under each lesson. Okay, and if you can see right here, under here, it says class slides down at the bottom. Class slides, unit one, lesson one, part one. That will be a copy of exactly what I shared with you in class. So every day at the end of class, at the end of our school day, I will load that day's lesson. You can go back and review it. If you want to check something we talked about or you want to remember something, these are great study tools also when we're studying for quizzes and tests. Now, if you are an asynchronous student, which only a few of us are, that means you are not required to come to our live sessions. You will be following the content lesson that's in the online school. You will still be completing all of the teacher-made assignments that are listed under each lesson, but you can also use those class slides that I share for your own reference, but you will be following the actual lesson that's already in that online school. Students who come to my class every day do not have to complete the online lessons unless you want to, but those for synchronous students, those are not required. We'll talk more about that during our classes. All of our graded work will be placed in this content area under the appropriate lesson name. So if we're on unit 2, lesson 4, and we're having a quiz that day, you will find the quiz in the content area where you can click up here on content, unit 4, and then the lesson number, okay? Anytime you want to check your grades or you want to make sure that you've completed all of your work, you just click on this little button that says grades. Anything that does not have a number beside it means it is not a completed assignment. You haven't finished it, so there's no grade for it. So some of our work is auto-graded by the computer and some of it is teacher-graded. When there's teacher-graded work, it might take me a few days to get that done, so please be patient with me. And finally, I just want to go over some basic class stuff. When you're in my class, here are some basic rules of thumb to follow. Class time. You can log into any class 15 minutes before the actual start time. So if you start your class at 11 a.m., you can actually log into class anytime after 10:45. Now, that doesn't mean the teacher will be there teaching. Most of the time, we will have our away sign up. There will be a clock counting down the number of minutes until class starts. But we will begin class on time. You are expected to be in class when class begins. Mrs. Love always has an announcement on the board, a welcome message, and anything that you need to be doing before class begins. If there are no assignments due, I might just let you have time to chat. In our class, we use our little emoticons here. I think most of us are familiar with these. If you're new to Agora, you will catch on really quickly. But these appear at the top of the screen above your name. You'll see the smiley. This is your away button. This is your raise your hand button. And these are green checks and red X's, polling tools. Okay. On this side, we use the whiteboard tools. Now, sometimes you won't see them because the teacher will not show them to you. When I want you to use tools, they will be there for you. We have a public chat. When it's open, we expect you to be chatting about school, about what's going on in our classroom, not about private things, not about video gaming or YouTubing or anything else. our chat room is for our class time. If the teacher gives you private time, that teacher will tell you. But you can use the chat to type messages, you can use emoticons, you can even private chat with somebody so no one else in the class can see it. Okay, and a lot of times teachers will communicate with you that way. Waterfalling and polling, I will go over when the time comes in class. But just know that all these things are available and it makes our class a lot more fun. When we do communicate in class, I expect you to behave just like you were sitting in a regular brick and mortar school building. We don't talk out when the teacher's talking. That means you're not typing in the chat when the teacher's talking. You're not on the microphone when the teacher's talking. If you have something to say, you push the raise your hand button. It's the same thing as raising your hand in school. Okay, and when the teacher wants you to talk, she will recognize you and ask you to speak at that time. If you have an emergency, like if you just can't wait till the end of class to use the restroom, you should private message your teacher and tell them what you're doing. And then please put your away button on so we know that you are not currently sitting at your computer. Because you know why? We can't see you. And then smiley faces and applause and things like that we can use for fun. Okay. Polling tools, we will use those all the time. You'll get used to those very quickly. All right. I'm trying to go quick because I don't want to run out of time. Sometimes we use what's called breakout rooms. That is when the teacher will separate everybody in the class into their own private drawing board and their own private little classroom. They are called breakout rooms. Your breakout room in my class will usually have your name on it. And when I ask you to move to the breakout room, you will click the button here where it says main room, click this little arrow, and a list of names will come up. You just find your name, click on your name, and you will automatically be moved to that room. When I send you to a breakout room, that is time where we practice things that we have learned in class. Maybe we're doing a little writing assignment or we're preparing for a quiz. So lots of different reasons that we use breakout rooms. Sometimes we use breakout rooms in small groups. And when you're in a breakout room, you can only communicate with the people who are in that room at the same time that you are. So this is just a way that we have to, spend some time working privately and also work as teams. Okay, one more set of things I want to go over real quick. In history class, we watch a lot of little videos. It really helps Mrs. Love to know that when you're watching a video and it is finished, put a green check so I know that you're done watching. If it's not working, put a red X, and then I will help you. If you have an issue, a question, or something not related to class at that moment, private message me. You don't need to tell everybody in class your personal business, right? Always send me emails all day long. You can send an email to me. Now, when I'm teaching, I'm not going to answer your emails, but emails are quicker than phone calls. I'm going to tell you right now, if someone at home tries to call me during the school day, I'm not going to answer the phone. Most likely, I won't answer a phone call until the end of the school day or the next school day. But emails, I try to check them throughout the school day and get back to you as quickly as I can. Okay. When we're having discussions in class, please participate. It makes our class so much more fun. But just remember to keep our discussions kind and respectful to all of our classmates. We are here to learn together. I want to hear your ideas and I want you to ask questions. There are no stupid questions. Just ask whatever's on your mind. And finally, we have what we call bell ringers. I kind of mentioned this earlier. When you log into class, there might be an activity on the board. When you see it, get started on it right away. Usually, I give you 5 minutes at the beginning of class to get those done, and then we move on. Okay? And finally, if you have questions, please ask. Please ask. Here is my information. It is also in your online school on your history class. Contact your teacher page. I am here to help you learn. Don't be afraid to ask. Thanks for watching my little video. I'll see you in class, everybody. Have a great day.